are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty.
Good morning. I'm Author Fee Hill, owner of Nurse Life Boutique. And you guys, today we got 5 tips to create your children's book, your novel, whatever type of book you got going on. I have 5 tips, you guys. 5 tips that's going to get you there. It's going to get you there. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Come on over. Let's talk about it. 5 tips to create your book, children's book, your next novel, your next romance book. Here's your 5 tips. Let's talk about this. Tip number 1. What do you want your title to be? What you want your title to be? Once you figure out your title, your storyline should come along with it. You guys, when you are doing your title, think of a title that's going to be eye-catching. It's going to grab somebody's attention. You know, like irresistible, mean. A title is going to be creative. You got to be creative with these titles, guys, like me. I have the title for my children's book is Little Hill Will. But guess what we did? We took this title, Little Hill Will, and we put it in yellow. We made the print bold to where it's eye-catching. You want your title to be eye-catching, guys. You want your title to be bold and eye-catching. So, whenever you're creating your title, you want your title to be bold and eye-catching. So, think about your title, what you want to call this romance book, what you want to call this novel, or what you want to call this children's book. Go ahead and think about the title. Think about your storyline. What do you want to write about? What makes you think, oh, let me put this in a book because I feel like it's gonna be great. What do you want to write about? What that storyline gonna be? But think about it. When you do your book, think about the title. You want to make it bold. You want to make it where it's eye-catching. Because if you have an eye-catching title and an eye-catching cover, 9 times out of 10 people pick up your books or they read your book. You have them too. That's what I be telling people. Think about your title. Think about what you want to call your book. It makes sense, guys. It makes sense. But anyway, I hate my lips get dry. Put something on my lips because they always getting dry. But anyway, guys, that's tip number 1. What is your title going to be about? How you want your title to be presented? Will it be eye-catching? Will it be something somebody be like, oh, let me read this? Will it be that type of title? Like me, Little Hill Will? You guys, when you see Little Hill Will, you see Little Hill Will. I tried to make it rhyme because I was like, oh, that's catching. That's a catching title, Little Hill Will. So, and I put Little Hill Will in a car because I know it's eye-catching to my audience I'm going for. I'm going for children, so this is going to be eye-catching to the kids because they see Little Hill Will in bold yellow and they see him on the car. Because when I did this book, she was going to do me like another book cover, but I told her no, we're going to use that one on the page because it's very eye-catching. It's eye-catching to the kids. And if they see that book, they're gonna want to buy it because they see a boy playing with his toy. And we made the title yellow, bold and yellow, big and bold. And then the back cover, guys, we put him on another toy with the sunflower because I wanted it to be like when you turn up on the back, like, oh, okay, he's driving the car. So I want it to be where it's eye-catching on the back as well. To where you see him in this big red, car driving with this yellow sunflower seed. Yes, you see yellow sunflower seed. That's behind him. So you want it to be like eye-catching. Think of your title. If somebody look at that book, think of your title. Make sure it's a good eye-catching title. It's basically what I'm saying. What is your storyline going to be about? How do you want to, what do you want to write? And guys, when you're doing your, another tip. Short reads and novel. A short read, guys, is 24 32 pages. That's a short read. That's what this is. This is a short read. Anytime you're doing a short read, it has to be 24 32 pages. A novel, You can make that several chapters. It's up to you. But me, I'm not good at. I'm really not good with creating long books or long novels. So I try to keep it short and sweet, because if you do a short read, which is 24, 32 pages, you have time to do what? You have time to create you another book. If you do a short read of 24, 32 pages, you got time to create another book. You have time to keep putting new books and new ideas out there when you do short read pages or short read stories. It just gives you a better option of putting out your next book. So that's why I do short read children's book. I don't make it long, because kids don't have time to sit there and read that book. They just want to look at it, glance at the pages. Oh, okay, I see what it's about, and go on about their business. So I keep mine short, sweet, and simple. I keep it as a short read. You can create a 24 to 32 page book. It has to be 24 to 32 page book when you're doing a children's book, or it could be a little bit over, but it's got to be within that range. That's what they consider short reads, and they throw them in the short read section with the kids book. So that's another tip within the tips of the title, and how many pages you want to keep your book at. Want a novel? Go ahead and sit there, write that romance novel, child. Make it great when you write that romance novel. Tip number 2. Let's find you a great illustrator. Let's look for you a great illustrator. Now, if you're not going to do children's book and you're going to do a novel, you might not even want to get an illustrator, because there ain't no sense in paying for an illustrator unless you want her to design your book cover. Then you will pay for an illustrator for that. But if it's just going to be a long, drawn-out novel or romance book, you really don't have to pay for an illustrator besides for your book cover. That's what I would do. If I was writing a novel, I'd just pay for an illustrator for my book cover. That's it. But you can find your illustrator, guys, on Fiverr, which is a freelance site where the illustrators are in the process of learning how to illustrate. Some of them are really good. Like the one I have, she's really good, you guys. She's really good. You can go to Fiverr, get your illustrator. I think they do it depends on, because some of them do $5 per page. Some of them do $10 per page. It just depends on how much you want to spend on that side of town, because it just ranges differently, and the price can get expensive. I've seen people on my children's group complaining about how high illustrators are, because if you want to put out a good product, you want to find the best illustrator. But me, myself, I got me a reasonably priced illustrator who was going to work with me on my designs and help me create and bring my book to life. I did that myself. And her illustrations are really good. She did a good job with illustrating. We try to keep it plain and simple with this illustration. So as you can see, she's really good. She's really good, and she's worth the money that I spent, because I got what I wanted and how I liked it. So she was worth the money. I seen illustrators charge. It can get really expensive, guys, when it comes to getting an illustrator. You just want to be creative. It can get expensive when it comes to illustrators. So me, myself, I started illustrating my own books once I realized I could do it. And I started creating, but these are just my own books. I did a couple of my own books and my illustrations. Some of them I still get out there that I got published and saved, but I haven't just put them out there yet. So I illustrated He Sneaky Pete myself, because I knew how I wanted. I wanted it to be plain, simple, sweet, straight to the point. Because kids are not really gonna be worried about the illustrations. They are, because that's the main thing. But you can see how I did mine. So I went on Canva and did my illustrations. And I went on Canva and I put in my little paragraphs, phrases in my book. But I did this for myself, and I thought it turned out really well for my first time doing it. So I be illustrating my own book because I know how I want them to look. But when it comes to another one of these, because I wanted to make little heel wheel sequence, I would let my illustrator do these, because I like the way she does hers too. But I did a couple of my own. I did this one. Did a couple of them myself. Myself. I did Super Awesome Nurse. I did that one. And I did my journal. I created my own journal, so I'm getting better with the illustrations, but I don't think I want to illustrate somebody else's book. If you ask me to help you with your book, I will send you to the woman that illustrates my books because she's good. I'm a beginner because I use Canva, but you know they all pretty much use. It's different ones you can use when you try to do illustrations, but a freelance illustrator is on Fiverr, and there you can find you some reasonable ones like I did. Reasonable. Let me pay pay her in installments. You know, my first book, she helped me finish my first book. So, I mean, that's just up to you, depending on how much you want to spend, because you got to think about your budget. Everything you need to set your budget on what you want to spend for your book, and keep everything nice and sweet in your budget. Number 3 is find you a great editor. You guys, when you're doing your book and you don't finish it all, you want to go back and get your editor, because the reason why I said that, the friend in me, she has 2 missing words, and it's me. I think it's B and me. It's really small, but she still have 2 missing words. Because you want to know why? Because me and my illustrator designed it, and we just kept it plain and simple. But when they go to and I had proofread it, thought it was perfect, you know, but sometimes my eyes can't see everything, her eyes can't see everything. That's why you would go and find you a editor. You'll find you an editor, someone that's going to edit your book. Editors, they run different prices, but if you don't want to go on, but you can go on Fiverr and get an editor as well. They have different types of editors, and you can look at their price, figure out what you want to spend, as long as it's in your budget. Make sure you make your budget. You don't want to get over your budget. Find you a good editor. You might have to pay for the editor, but it'll be worth it, because the friend in me, she has 2 missing words, and it's already out there printed. So I said, you know what, forget it. It is what it is. It's my first book. I know now. My second book, I made sure we got everything right. I made sure we spelled everything right. I made sure we try to do our grammar right. But you can also go on Grammarly, you guys, and that's a place where you can put in. You can put in your phrase and either go back and correct your phrase for you. That's what Grammarly does. If you don't want to use Grammarly, you can use AI products. You can go in and put in your phrase, or tell them to give you a catchy phrase close to what you would already have, and AI will produce you one. But you got an editor, traditional editor. You can go Grammarly, go on internet, go search Grammarly, and let Grammarly, edit your book and put your comments and everything where it's supposed to be. Or you can go to AI product. Me, myself, I have used the AI product on one of my other books because I want the wording to be perfect. I did for maybe 2 pages. It wasn't many pages, but I went on and tried the AI product, and I did 2 pages. It works out. They did pretty good. AI is really good. I mean, you can go to AI and create you a nice little storyline too. But when it comes to them type of products, self-publishing company, they might ask you, did you have any AI help, or did you have what type of help? They'll ask you that question because it's something new. It's got something to do with the writers and the illustrators. And now KDP/Amazon is getting a little bit picky because the writers are complaining that AI is stealing their products and that AI is moving in and taking over their business. So, I mean, I'm a illustrator/author, so I know exactly where they're coming from. And if you can use these people, guys, go ahead and use them. Go ahead and pay them for their services, because we all have something we need to get done. We all need a job. So if you can pay your editor, your illustrator, go ahead and pay them. Just go ahead and use them, because you won't be sorry. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth the experience of going that route, so that way they can make money. You're helping another small business make money. Find you a nice illustrator on Fiverr. You can find, there's plenty of them there. Pay that person. Okay, I'm back, guys. So, yes, get you a nice illustrator on Fiverr or a nice editor. Pay that person, because you guys, in the economy that we're in, AI is taking over, and these people are really mad because AI is taking over and they're still in there. I mean, they basically getting all their customers. I mean, you want to deal with somebody that you could talk one-on-one basis with, and they're really good. So if you can use someone that's on Fiverr, that's where you can or find you an illustrator that does their own illustration or editor, because we all need to make money. And going to get AI products, you're just knocking out the next person to be able to make money. So that's why I said, in this time of day, AI is taking over, guys, and they're really gonna put the writers and authors out of business. I mean, well, not the authors, but we'll still be able to be in business, but it's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be tough competition out there. I mean, because AI is really, really good. I mean, it's perfect. It's better than what I can do, but I like to write and create my own story because I have a lot to tell. So I write and create my own story because I know what I want done. The AI can help you, but it can't just write you it can write your entire story too, but I think it's better when you're doing everything yourself, because you're putting your time, your effort, your heart into your thoughts, your feelings. It's all going into this one book. So I love doing my own books. I might get a little help from my editor might give me some suggestions, or I might go to AI and see how I can word it different. But other than that, I like creating my own books. I just love creating my own books. So if you can, guys, let's keep another small business up and going, and try to use their services, because it'll be worth it. You're helping another small business, and also you're getting great product. Okay, number 4, your platform. What platform would you like to use? Are you going to go the self-publishing route or the traditional route? So if you use the self-publishing route, you have a couple of self-publishing companies out there, like KDP, Ingram Spark, Lulu, and there's other ones out there, guys. Once you search, myself, I use the self-publishing route, because when you use self-publishing route, I already have my own business. I have my business license. I have everything I needed to self-publish my own books. So whenever you are, like I told you in my last video, whenever you are trying to create your books, go ahead and get your business license and your LLC for your business. So that way you'll be able to go onto all these platforms and publish your book the legal way. You don't have to worry about, let me go ahead and get my book out there, and then you come back and you realize you really have to have business license to or you really have to have a business to sell your books, because everything has to be lined up. You have to get your LLC, and you have to get your business license. You have to set up like you're going to set up a regular business to be able to sell your books. And when you go to a lot of these self-publishing platforms, they're going to ask for a lot of stuff. They're going to ask for your business license. They're going to ask you all these things. So it's best to go ahead and get that set up first. Before you can start writing your book, but go ahead and get that set up first. Set up your business first, and then start creating your book. Because when you self-publish on a lot of these platforms, they're going to ask for it. And no way around it, they're going to ask for it. So you can figure out what you want to do when it comes to what platform you want to use. Traditional platform, guys, they're not supposed to pay you, but I heard people on my children's page on Facebook talking about how they having to pay the traditional publishing people. But you have to buy all these books when you go the traditional route. Versus if you do self-publishing, you're able to buy books. You're able to get 1,000 copies, but you're able to buy 30 books here, 30 books there. You're able to buy what you need when you go through self-publishing. You don't have to get all these books and be stuck with them, because you're gonna be stuck with them, but you're gonna have to promote to get them out there. So that's why I did self-publishing, because I didn't want to have to get all these thousands of copies of books, and then I'm sitting on them because I can't sell them. So I'm able to get what I need to get off when I self-publish. I'm able to get 30 books at a time, 50 at a time, up until I reach my 1,000 books or my 1,000 copies. So figure out what platform you want to use in the process. Tip number 5, create a website. You guys, that's where your business license and all that is still going to come in play. When you create your website, guys, you're going to have to create your spot where you're able to sell. on the platform. You got Wix out there. You got Shopify. You have a lot of places you can go and create a website. Shopify, guys, is the easiest place to go to create a website. I use Webador in Shopify, but Shopify, guys, is the way to go. Shopify is like $39.99 a month versus Webador is like $20 a month, $22 a month. They right there in that range price. But when you're getting ready to create your books, go ahead and create you a website. After you finish everything, you got your illustrator, you got your editor, you got your book made, you're trying to figure out what platform you want to put it on. Go ahead and create you a website in the authors page. Your website where you're able to sell your books, put all your products up there with your price and your merch, and then your authors page is where you're going to go in and blog about your day-to-day books. What are you going to be doing? Where are you going to be at? You know, what school you're going to read your books at? Go ahead and get all that done. So those are my 5 tips. So that's why I was telling you in my last, on the other side over there, my last little video is about creating your, making your book a business, because your books are a business. It's your business. That's why I was telling you to go ahead and create your LLC and get your stuff in line, because when you create these books, it's your business. It's going to be your business. So you'll be able to create your website and go ahead and create your author page, because you're going to need it. If you want people to follow you, they'll follow you on your author page. Like, oh, okay, she got this next book coming out. You're able to tell people when your next book coming out, go get it on your website. You'll be able to link everything all in one place. Your website can be linked on your author's page, so that way people know where to go and get it. So, guys, the bonus tip. Now, my bonus tip is, once you have your book ready, go ahead and start that book signing. Go ahead and figure out where you want to go and go ahead and get your book signing situation together. Go ahead and figure out where you want to have your book signed at. Go ahead and get all your stuff that you're going to need for your book signing, like your banner, your tablecloths, your items you're going to put with your book, your merch. Go ahead and get all that together. Because at the end of the day, once you do all these steps, your bonus tip is going ahead and creating your book signing. Now, me, myself, I did my book signing as a pop-up event. I took a couple of my friends who already had a business, and we all went together and we did one big pop-up event. And I call it book signing pop-up event, because I had other businesses that came in with me to help me push and get my products out there. I used them to help me get and push my products out there, because I figured with just me, you know, people probably weren't going to come. But if I make it a pop-up event / book signing, they would come and I would get more support that way. So, and then figure out what venue you want to have it at. Where it's going to be at. What venue you want to use. But at the end of the day, guys, keep it all in a budget. Have you a budget already made. Try not to go over your budget, but keep everything in your budget. You want to sit down, write down your budget of how much you want to spend on your book. Write down your budget of how much you want to spend on your book signing. Your budget of what you want to spend on your merch, and what all you want to put in your merch, like cups, t-shirts, you know, banners, tablecloths. Make your budget. Because me, I didn't have me a budget. I had me a budget on creating this book, because I knew how much I want to spend to create this entire book. But as far as having a budget with my pop-up event, I did not have a budget, because I already knew where I had it. I have my own little club. I have my own spot to throw one. So I already knew I had that, so I didn't have to worry about that. All I had to do was worry about getting my books put out there. But that was my bonus tips, guys. So I thought I'd share that little information with you guys. Because once you go through all these steps, you might well go ahead and do your book signing, because your book is on the way, honey. It is on the way. So congratulations to my new authors that's working on their dreams and trying to put their novels out there, trying to get their books out there, trying to leave a legacy behind. Congratulations, guys. Keep going. Because at the end of the day, you're the writer, the director of your story, of your movie. You are the writer and the director of your own story. So congratulations. Anyway, like, subscribe my channel for some more tips and gems. And I'm going to talk to you later. Stay woke, stay safe. See ya.